My name is Cassy Summers. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Hello, welcome to the show, my curious friend. So, what if you had to lose yourself to find yourself? That's what I want to talk about today. And you might have to lose yourself like multiple times. What do I mean? How often do we create reference points for who we are? Stability points, connection points. We create all these things to kind of get a sense of who we are, right? Even it could be the style of clothes you wear, certain things that you're just used to. It's kind of your go-to. Yeah. So we create all these go-tos as like something to make us feel stable in an unstable world, you know? But what can happen is we get so confined to those reference points that we don't even notice when we've gone beyond something. And then we're functioning as though we're still here. We're still this other person when we're just not that person anymore. One of the gifts of, even just getting curious, exploring consciousness, exploring your own consciousness for me is to continue to expand, to evolve. I desire to evolve my consciousness, to evolve my awareness in the world, to have more of me. And having more of me sometimes means losing who I thought I was, losing dreams that either no longer apply to me or resonate with me, so that I can have those dreams that actually resonate with me, that actually connect with me. Sometimes you have to lose relationships. And it doesn't always even mean that that person goes away, but you lose the relationship and you create a different, newer, greater relationship. So a wonderful tool that I learned from Access Consciousness, and we talk a lot about Access Consciousness on the show, and there's some links in the description about what it is. But essentially, the tool is to destroy and create every day your relationship with. So it can even be a relationship with yourself, your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your business, your relationship with your kids. Now, this isn't like I now don't have any kids, or I'm going to get divorced or whatever. It's actually the relationship, any relationship, is the distance between two objects. It's in relation. That's what relationship actually is energetically. So to have a relation, like your relationship with yourself, is to constantly have the separation between you. And it's usually the reference. You're using your reference points and stability points to have a relation with. This might be kind of like a little bit wordy, and your head might be like, what is she even talking about anymore? Stay with me. We're gonna explore. We're gonna get there together. So when you destroy and create that relationship, you're destroying and creating the distance between you and who you actually are. But some of those points that keep the relationship in place are these reference points. Okay. So even like something really silly, like, like the way you love to have like your eggs, your favorite way. And you just kind of go into a mode with it. You go to the restaurant, you always know what you're going to order. You order this thing and you order that thing. You have like your favorite staples. All of these staples are actually things that keep you from being present and keep you confined to something that you've decided that you are. Now, why would the way that you like your eggs have anything to do with like you, your personality, who you are? It's so funny, but it all is all a construct of this personality that we have developed for ourselves that doesn't allow us to evolve and change at the rate in which we can when we make it so valuable. We make it so vital and we make it so real. So what if today you could explore losing yourself a little bit so that you can actually find, discover, step into more of who you are? So take some of those core elements for you of like, if someone was to describe, if someone were to like describe you, or you were asked to like, give me like some descriptive factors about like who you are as a person in the world. Okay. So you might be like, oh, well, I'm a mom, or I'm a dad, or I'm a husband. I'm a teacher. So we use like jobs, we use like relationship statuses. I'm maybe it's a cultural thing or religious thing. I'm this, I'm that, I'm Jewish. Okay. So we have all these things, right? Now, if you didn't have that element in your life, if you weren't a mom, who would you be? If you weren't a business owner, entrepreneur, teacher, doctor, who would you be? This question, if you allow yourself to kind of like explore it, will start to give you more awareness of aspects of you that aren't allowed in your universe as long as this is in place. Okay. So because I am a mom, I've talked about my kids a lot. So if I wasn't a mom, who would I be? And I just tap into that space of awareness. This is you getting curious, right? Okay. So who would I be? If I wasn't a mom, who would I be? Oh, I would be this, like whatever that is that pops up for you. What that means is whatever this is that pops up, I can't have as me while still being a mom, which means I have less of me. Now, if I unmom, if I let go of, if I lose that piece, that doesn't actually mean I stop being a mom. It doesn't mean that I don't get to have kids. It doesn't mean that I abandon them. It means that I get to have this aspect of me that can't exist with this reference point of me. I think are you starting to get it? Yeah. So this exercise is a great way to start to acknowledge these aspects of you that you have eliminated because of whatever, that you can actually bring back into your life, and you can have it all. You're an infinite being. So you're infinitely like everything. And it can be like personality traits too. Like I know I used to be the reliable one in my family, with my friends. Like I was always the most reliable one. But to be the reliable one, I actually had to maintain a level of contraction in my world that I did not actually enjoy. But I thought I enjoyed it because it validated something for everyone else. Everyone else enjoyed me being the reliable one. So I thought I enjoyed me being the reliable one. And it was a reference point to a positive judgment that I could connect to. And often we are looking for those positive judgments to validate our worth, to validate ourselves, to validate whatever we've decided. But those positive judgments are still just judgments, and all judgments are lies. Consciousness includes everything and judges nothing. So as you explore consciousness, the more you expand into consciousness and expand your consciousness, you let go of the right and the wrong to a space of awareness and possibility. So once I was willing to let go of me as the responsible one, that was my reference point, and that's how people could reference me. And I actually remember when I remember letting that go and having someone that was really close to me say, I used to be able to count on you. Now I can't even rely on you. And from like something was breaking in their universe because they counted on me, they relied on me. And I didn't want to be that source anymore because it didn't actually match the freedom and the play of me. And so when I lost that about me, I lost that lie about me, then that contraction that I was living in melted away and I had all this freedom and play. And now it took them a little bit to let go of their conclusion about me, their reference point about me, because it's not just where we have to let go of it for us. We have to be willing to have other people let go of it too. And now it's actually like this greatness about me that's acknowledged. And I get the joy of not being the reliable one. But it doesn't mean that I'm never reliable, because there's often times where I'm the one that shows up, like to have someone's back. I'm the one that shows up in a pinch, but not from that space of I have to because I'm the reliable one, but from the awareness of, oh, you know what? This is going to create so much more. I'm showing up right now for this. I'm here. So what about you? Could you lose that? If you would lose it, would allow a more congruent space of being you in the world. Ooh. I feel a clearing statement. So anything that does not allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Here's the clearing statement: right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all names, shorts, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. In the show notes, there is a link to the clearing statement, theclearingstatement.com, if you want more information on that. I've used it on the show before, but you might be brand new. And it's just a tool to clear energy. So you can explore it more in that link if you'd like. Yeah. So let's go through that exercise one more time. So take something. It could be a personality trait. It could be a defining factor. It could be relationship status, whatever, and just bring it out. So maybe try a different one this time, or stick with the same one if you want. So if I wasn't a woman, who would I be? And then what if you just embraced that space of being? That doesn't mean I'm suddenly going to turn into a man, but what aspects, what energies do I not have available if I'm shedding that out? If I wasn't, you could even use your name. If I wasn't Cassy, who would I be? If you weren't blank, who would you be? How often do people like go on a vacation and no one knows them, so they just like be anyone and they feel so free? But that freedom doesn't only exist on a vacation. You can live that freedom if you're willing to lose all the defining factors that, one, are not actually true to who you be, and also the reference points to who you're supposed to be, who you told you were, or who you value as you. Because if you value something about you, like that responsible thing, you will fight for it, even if it's not actually working for you. But if you clear your relationship to yourself every day, your reference points to yourself every day, and you could clear it using that clearing statement. So all of my reference points for who I am today and yesterday, I destroy and uncreate them all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys, povettes, and beyonds. You clear that out. Okay, cool. Clear out the relationship, clear out the reference points, clear out everything right about you and everything wrong about you. Do you sense that total freedom of exploration of you? Who am I today, and what grand and glorious adventures am I going to have? But also, so here's like that, but also the pieces of like, I know people that their whole lives they wished for fill in the blank. Maybe they always wanted to be a singer, or they always wanted to be a dancer, or they always wanted this, or they always wanted that. And then they realize one day, oh my God, this isn't even my dream. I don't actually want this at all. Whoa. But you've constructed, and this sometimes happens with people that go through, university, and they come out with a degree and they're like, actually don't even like want this career. But we feel like we've either invested so much time, or we're known for this, or all of these different reasons and justifications for holding on to something that doesn't match our space of being. And guys, if you continue on a path of consciousness and awakening, you will be evolving and changing continuously. That doesn't mean that you can't live a life. That doesn't mean you can't have a job or an income. But it does mean that things are going to change for you. Things are going to evolve for you. And if you lean into that evolution, explore the ever evolving you, do you notice that right there? That space of ease and joy of living. Because it is not fun to live a life that you don't even want. It is not fun to chase a dream that isn't yours, because you will truly always be chasing it. One thing I know about the amazing humanoids on this planet is that they will often sabotage that which they don't truly desire. They will sabotage relationships that weren't actually going to work for them. They will sabotage jobs that don't match what's true for them. So you can always be chasing a dream that would never work for you, rather than actualizing all the dreams that will truly create your life as greater. What if you're willing to have that? What if you're willing to let go of everything, to lose everything about you, even the dreams that aren't true, that aren't actually true anymore? The world has changed. You have changed. Now you get to explore curiously, what is true for you now? What is different about you that you haven't yet acknowledged? And what if you celebrated that, embraced that, expand into that space? Some people have a harder time than others with this. They feel like, they're on quicksand all of a sudden. Like the stability goes out from underneath their feet, and they're like, whoa. What if that's not as horrible of a place to be as you thought it was going to be, you presumed it was going to be? What if that like instability is actually the energy of creation beneath your feet, buzzing and moving and asking you to play, asking you to move forward, keep going. What if you danced like you were on quicksand? Thank you for exploring this topic with me today. We'd love to hear from you and know what's going on in your curious universe. What showed up for you during this podcast? And even in a few weeks from now, when something just like pops open, feel free to reach out and let me know, because I'm curious about you. I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye. Thank you for exploring the curious universe with me. Your curiosity matters. And what if together we could create a greater, more curious world?